guys, welcome back after a long hiatus. This is the Lucifer after show. We're in season 2, titled Stewardess Interrupts. Yes, I said it. Let's go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I don't like your girlfriend. No way. I think you really love her. Hey, you. I like this. Yes. I hope you guys had a fantastic new year. We missed you so much, and we miss Lucifer. So it's so exciting to be back. Such an appropriate song because you know Chloe was jealous. But let's get into our introduction. Yes, let's do that. Get into our introductions. I was so proud of myself for saying Stewardess Interrupts, and I'm interrupting the intro. I'm Alikona Bradford. Please follow me at BoysAndBeauty01, and of course my fantastic host as well.
Hey, I'm Ryan Graham. You can follow me on Twitter at Ryan with 2 N's Graham, and on Instagram at Instagram like the Teddy Graham.
Nice. I like that. That was very good. I'm Samantha Benitz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz, BENITZ.
And this could totally just be a karaoke show, and we'd be fine.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Let's do it.
Because that's just sing Avril.
Yeah, you should have seen us before we were alive. It was going down. It was lit.
Full on.
And now everyone knows why I am a host and not a singer.
Well, I think you have a lovely voice.
Thanks. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about the show. Yes. Fantastic comeback. We left off, and it's been so long, I almost forgot that they had that almost kiss, but not the kiss, and then we picked up where the stupid Stewardess Interrupts happened. And I thought, the first thing I thought about you guys was, did Mom send her?
100%. I was like, oh, this is like a strippergram, and like she sent someone here to like get in between.
Because who really walks through your door unannounced, didn't even knock, and just starts taking her clothes off, and clearly you're about to kiss somebody. Like, do you don't think that's a little weird?
Yeah, like it felt. I feel like even as the other person, I think I'll walk in and be like, either A, upset, like, hey, what are you doing with someone else? I thought this was our thing. Or B, being like, oh, this is weird.
Oops.
I'm gonna get out of here. I wouldn't just go for it.
She did invite Chloe in the mix, so that was kind of funny. Then I was like, okay, it's probably not a plot as much, because obviously Chloe's not going to join. She was like, I'm going to roll out right now.
Right. But of course that happened, too. Because when they were about to kiss, I thought, we're going to get it. We're going to... No.
Well, yeah, because like no one's gonna wait 4 months for a kiss. It's like if you're that close, it's like, well, I mean, it wasn't 4 months ago when we went on break, but you know what I mean? Like it's been long enough. It felt like forever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if they left us on that and they didn't actually, because it's like, there's no way they're gonna come back and make it happen because at that point it's like we're teasing.
The ship
you.
has sailed.
Yeah, that's over. Like,
OMGZ, hold please. I forgot to tell all our co-hosts at home to join us, so please hashtag ABTV Lucifer so we can see all of your comments. And right now I'm gonna cue my engineer to show your comments, and then we'll integrate it into the show, because this show is all about you guys. We wouldn't have it here if it wasn't for you. So let's continue our conversation.
Yes.
So yeah, okay, so this episode was all about Lucifer proving himself to Chloe over and over again, which I really like, because I feel like, and I don't know if the producers did this intentionally, but the art of proving yourself has died with the gentleman situation, and it really has.
No,
because
courting is not a thing anymore.
No, it really isn't. And I like the fact that okay, Chloe, clearly there is a connection, there is something there, but she does have her standards, and she has not backed down from him for the last season and a half.
Right.
And so, and obviously she doesn't want to get hurt, clearly. But I like the fact that, yeah, Lucifer has his playthings, but when there is somebody you really want, you do make the time and you make the effort and you do go after them, and
the way you interact with him is different. And I loved that the montage of women that are women and men, which was like, whoa, Lucifer, okay, cool, which was also kind of cool. But I loved that you saw how they were like, oh yeah, it was the best night of my life, but it was all just sex. But with Chloe, there's no sex, and it's all just romance, and like in a Lucifer way.
Wait.
Okay,
romance.
I know, right?
Did he bring you burgers and fries?
Yeah.
And I love how she like threw that question and she tried to whisper it.
So nobody could hear it, right? Girl, you're jealous.
Like,
Stop.
You are so
Go by.
jealous. It's okay.
And she doesn't have a reason to be, because then at that very same moment, he kind of got to have an eye-opening experience of everybody saying that was meaningless. Absolutely no reason to kill anybody else. Not like that.
Right.
Yeah, it was fun that night, but, you know, obviously,
right.
I mean, that doesn't mean grounds for no jealousy. Obviously, if you've seen a line down the block, you're like, that's a little odd, but okay.
Well, first of all, the fact that there was that many women that showed up, because even Dan was all, you slept with all these women? Dry spell.
Right?
Yeah,
Very
okay.
casual. Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
really quick. Oh, wait. Hold on. Got to say hi to everybody.
Yes.
Chaotic Mayhem. Hello from California. Hello. Catherine Boyd. Hello from Missouri. Goodness, it's cold out there. I was just in the Midwest.
Missouri. That's my hometown.
Oh, Ivan Soda, what's up? Lucifer knows Chloe's middle name. Yes, Jane.
Love.
Cheyenne Nina, hi. Let's see, who else is
Star
here?
Drew.
Star Drew, hello. Yeah, okay.
Ivan.
Yeah.
Ivan, hi, Ivan.
He's back.
Yes. Okay. Well, hi. Just want to take a moment and say hello to everybody and continue with whatever I was talking about, all these crazy girls.
Yeah.
And but I do like the fact that they started off with Lucifer saying, this is a good thing because she's going to see how great I am in bed. And I thought, how are you so confident? But then when they all came in and they're like, best night. He did this thing with the squash. And then
The honey and the bowl. What?
But then it dawned on me, Lucifer does the, what do you most desire?
Yeah.
And so he clearly did
that out in
bamboozle.
bed, yeah.
So, but then it made me think about Chloe, and I was like, well, are you going to do that? Or are you just going to organically let intimacy happen, and whatever happens with chemistry? Or are you going to pull the? Oh wait, can't do
He
that.
can't.
No, she's special.
You're going to have to guess in the bedroom.
Oh God. Man,
Could you imagine? He's probably going to be so nervous.
Because it's like the rest of us. And the funny thing is, I hope that at some point they become like a thing, and like we get to experience that in a roundabout way. Like I don't need to see everything, but like
No.
But I hope that we get to see that, because I mean I think one of the big things is that you see how human these celestial beings become, and like to kind of see him be like an awkward teenage boyish type of moment with Chloe and being like, I don't know what to do here, because I feel like that's what it would have to be, because it's like his first time in a sense.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time he's not like
Have the
giving
upper hand.
Answer. Yeah. He has to actually figure it out. And it's cute. I think it'll be adorable.
And he chased her even after the stewardess is like still in the room. He's chasing her out the door practically, even though he didn't leave at that very moment. But he did end up walking away that night. So you can tell he's got some serious feelings for this girl.
Oh, yeah.
And on top of that, now his family is also coaxing that. Oh yeah, you love her.
Yeah.
She is the one for you. Can you
Makes
see
me nervous.
yourself?
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Mom always, like, when she stated her plan, made me nervous. I'm a little bit disappointed in Menadil, because I feel like everything he went through, from the humility, and not humility like I'm, you know what I mean? Humility of losing his wings
powers.
and going through all these things and actually telling Lucifer and having to open up to him and them working together. I'm really disappointed that he forgot all that, and now he's back to the purpose of, well, the point is to go home, so we're gonna get him to go home.
It was a very fast switch, but I think that it goes to show the strength of Mom. I think that Mom is a lot more powerful than we think. Like, we know she's powerful, but I feel like the longer she's on Earth, unlike Lucifer and Amenadiel, how they lose power, I think she gains power the longer she is on Earth.
That makes sense.
And I think it's a part of her being able to gain power, and I think she has an ability over the boys, or her sons. And so I think that it's just showing that shift. So you're seeing the fall of Amenadiel and Lucifer and the rise of Charlotte, or Mom, or whatever. What is her actual name? Do we know?
Charlotte.
But that's the name of, that's who she absorbed.
Mother Nature.
Is she Mother Nature?
Well, somebody was also talking about the comic too, and they said that Lucifer actually had slept with men in the comic as well, so that's an element from that. Oh, good. Yeah. But yeah, so.
And that makes sense, though. I mean, like, if Lucifer, like, I mean, I feel like lust is not that being same-sex relationships is lustful, but I feel like having a sexual drive would expand beyond just, like, traditional norms.
Right. Well, and beyond, in some senses, you could say, like, the physical, if you will. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's irrelevant. A soul is a soul, a body is a body.
Yeah.
This is true. I don't know. I liked it a lot that I got to see this different side of Lucifer tonight, and I got really impressed by the fact that he was being so open in this episode, because usually he's a lot more closed off, and especially with Chloe. And he even got a moment out of Dan tonight as well, where they're sitting in the room and they're watching all these interviews. And then Dan kind of had a freak out as well, where he kind of opened up about his still feelings for Chloe, which I wonder how that's going to play into, because now things are really heating up between Lucifer and Chloe.
Well, then Mom comes in and starts talking about how special she is, and of course Dan's there to hear all that as well too. So I don't know. I actually didn't take it that way, and it could have went over my head, but I thought perhaps he was talking a little bit about Charlotte. Not that he's still.
Oh, I didn't think of that at all.
I didn't think Charlotte,
that's an interesting point. Like, what
because he really did like her. He really did get to a point where he started to like her. So when he slept with her, for him, it was a big deal. It was the first woman he slept with after that I know of, unless he had one night stands.
Right.
But he said that he doesn't really do that. Was with her. He liked her, and so when he slept with her, and then later found out she wasn't what he thought, it was disappointing for him. So that's where I thought he was going. I wasn't even thinking of the fact that he was talking about Chloe, especially in front of Lucifer.
Interesting.
I know, because it went over Lucifer's head as well. He was like, "You just say some interesting things." Yeah. Well,
Dan said that because he said I don't need a Dan-in-law.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there are the people in the comments are saying yes, hashtag stepdan, which is I do.
Yeah.
I love that. That is pretty fun.
Yeah.
No, I guess I didn't think of it, and I thought it was very strange that Lucifer was so oblivious to Dan's comics. I was like, and maybe I was just misreading it, but I was like, this seems very clearly about Chloe, and I feel like if I was in love with someone, I would be very perceptive of someone like encroaching on that, and I'd be like, what do you mean? Like, but now that you bring that up, I think that's an interesting point, and I think it'll be fun to see Charlotte and Dan, because I feel like they deserve. Dan deserves love.
What was weird though is I almost felt like Maze was trying to make a move on him.
Yes, also weird.
Yes.
That was such a time. No, because it was. Because I got that vibe too, and I was like, Maze, what are you doing? Like, this is no. That's
your new best friend's and roommate / ex. Weird, but those lines are when you're a demon.
Do you think she purposely revealed about Charlotte? Was that a purposeful action, or did she not realize that they were?
No, she knew.
She knew they were there. She knew they were there. I'm not sure why. I think she was also freaking him out because obviously he thought she was going to say the Russian mob.
Right.
You know, with the dad thing. So that's why he's like, you don't want to say this. No, you don't want to say this. And she's like, of course you do. No, you don't. You know? And then he was a sigh of relief when she said Charlotte. As much as he didn't want to talk about it, it was still like,
well, at least she didn't say that.
Yeah, because of course you don't want Chloe to find out he had anything to do with the murder of her dad's murderer. Yeah. So that's where I thought that was.
Still, she had a horrible reaction though. She took those headphones right off. She was like, I need a second.
Yeah.
That's like the let me process this and I will get right back to work, but let me have a second.
Part of me feels like Maze was intentional doing it, but not necessarily. I think she was doing it more just to clear the air. Like, I don't feel like it was like she was trying to mess anything up or be mean. I think she's just like, you know what?
Just own it. Just
yeah. I think Maze is very no BS, and she's just like,
I am awesome!
Yeah, exactly, right? So I feel like she was just like, no, just say it. Like, why are we hiding this?
Yeah,
exactly.
I think that's more where it was coming from, but...
I don't know. I just have to bring that scene up because after she got that from Dr. Linda, and when she was talking to Chloe at the house, and she's like, I want to help you because I am awesome. Yeah. Should I thank you? I don't need to thank you. I am awesome, and I have self-confidence.
And then she immediately takes it to Dan. Self-confidence comes from within.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, learn it.
But here's the thing that I thought, totally random observation, but she comes in her super cute Barbie-looking flight attendant outfit, and I thought, that's not normal. I like that's just like a red flag if I'm over here like a villain and I'm
like, something seems off about this.
Yeah. And when she took the guy upstairs, Bert, Jim! I'm Jim! Oh man.
Maze is my favorite character.
I love her. She's so tough.
She is.
Yeah.
Drinking cereal with hard alcohol tonight. Like a G.
What's that Kesha song where it's like, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, that's basically
it. Nutshell.
Self-worth comes from within, snitches.
Beautiful.
McIntosh, what does that say? I'm sorry, Macintosh Harrington. Incorporating, sorry, I'm going to jump into some of your comments. If you're not watching live, you can still leave comments below on YouTube, but we definitely love when you participate. But we know we're on late, so I get it. But talk to us on Twitter. You know our account handles, and if not, we'll leave them again at the end. But taking it over to the board, let's see what everyone else is saying. Hashtag I'm awesome. Hashtag days. I missed that one. I hope
Dan
It's
and
Dan and
Maze.
Maze. Like saying that they want to.
I'm all dazed and confused. I don't get it. What?
Hashtag
TikTok.
Maze for life.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, random fun fact. I was actually in that music video.
What?
TikTok, yeah. And what's crazy is at the time, I know you guys really don't care, but I'll share a little personal story. At the time, Keisha Cole was big, and no one knew who Kesha was because that was her first big single.
Yeah.
So when I got called to do the video, I'm over here like, I'm about to be in a Keisha Cole video, right? And guys, like, I'm a dancer. Originally, I moved out here to dance, so and I'm like thinking I'm about to do something. That's another story. We'll talk about that too. Another episode. But let's just say I stood next to Keisha Cole one day, and she was like, singing her own song. I was like, ow.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, anyways, love you. It's okay. But maybe it was an off day.
Yeah.
Anyhow, going back to TikTok, so went to the video set. It was a ordeal. Like, you showed up, you parked at Ralph's, left your car there, and then a van came and got you. The van took you to one location. You sat there for hours. Then you went to another location. Apparently, it was her friend's big home that we shot in. Yeah, and
That's
so
random.
and she was on like, bless her heart. I know she's gone through a lot lately, but she was either drunk or on drugs because she was a little.
It was
she
a
was a
party
little,
phase
she
for
was
her.
little, but in my mind, I'm all, I don't know who you are. You are not Keisha Cole, and you are not big enough to be acting like that on a set when no one knows who you are. But sure enough, that blew up. The song was everywhere.
Now
the
I have to go
hugest
rewatch
jam
that video.
ever.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be with a fine.
All right, trying to find me in there. Anyway,
awesome.
back
I'm here for it.
back to Lucifer. Sorry, guys. You guys don't care. Anyway, okay, so we went to the maze, is awesome, what have you. Lucifer trying to prove himself. And what I thought was really cool, because even though Lucifer had this epiphany, right, that he's not worthy and this, that, and the third, his brother, whether he was blowing wind up his feathers, haha, or not, he had said, you know, Lucifer, you are a good guy. You do surprise me, and you are good even though you don't realize you are. And so in the moment when Bert was doing his face-off with Lucifer, the second Bert called Jana out of her name, when I say out of her name, I mean the B word, it caused a reaction in him, and like that gun just melted into his hand. I was like, ooh, see. And I love the fact that as he's talking to old boy, he's actually talking to himself.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't deserve either of us.
Right.
And it's crazy because he never really knew Jana.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what I think, and I think that it goes to show how good of a guy he is. Without him even, he's blind to his own goodness.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you're right, he goes on this tangent about how both of them are bad men, and he's like, you know what, I'm even worse than you. And it's crazy because in that monologue about him saying how terrible he is actually being a great guy.
Yeah,
by
like defending her. But yeah, it was funny too because we haven't seen him get that aggressive in a while.
No.
So to
Right.
me, it was like the last guy in the cell when he was having a mental breakdown.
Right.
It was a similar thing because that guy was trembling on the floor, like, just take me away.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, okay, you get to see the juxtaposition of
Right.
him still being Lucifer, but then partly
Right.
human.
Right. Well, I honestly didn't see that coming only because the line he said was, the difference between me and you is that you're bad, I'm not bad. And I thought he was going to say something nice.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm worse.
Devil eyes.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that was an intense scene, and I'm glad you made that point because I was very confused when it was happening. I was like, this feels very aggressive for someone you don't know, but like hearing like you calling bringing light to like him defending her and like being human and being good, I'm like, oh, that's what the purpose of it was. It was more him kind of like his character progressing to a new point
Of course.
of goodness. I feel
As a
like.
man, too, but it's
Yeah.
also like when a teenage boy, no offense, any teenage boys, but for those of the teenage boys that are little playboys, it's like going through that one phase and then finally meeting someone special and then it changes you. Or you mature. Like one day you just mature and become a man and go,
I'm not into this.
what was
don't
I
need all
doing?
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Too complicated.
Yeah.
No,
Why
definitely.
gotta make everything so
We had an
complicated?
Avril Lavigne sesh.
We really
right
did.
Didn't
before
know all the
this,
lyrics or anything.
but it's a great song.
Oh, wait, hold on. Danielle Musella. If I said that wrong, I am so sorry, but I like the fact that you brought that up because I would have never. The pilot who, what do you desire? I want to have a kitten sanctuary.
So precious.
I was like, oh, me too. Oh my God.
I know that they always have the cutest confessions. I'm thinking like, oh sheesh. Most of them aren't very dramatic. Every time he pulls out the desire box.
Gosh, I don't want the devil to say that to me because I'm like, I'm afraid of what I would say.
Millions and millions of
dollars.
Yeah. So there's something I have to bring up about this episode. You know,
Pray tell.
Do tell.
because I am Asian, and I was like, okay. Why they gotta make the Asian girl the stereotypical with the glasses, but my favorite part is when she came out. Lucifer came back, opened her. I was like, oh, she pooped herself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not the time you want to see the love of your life.
No. But I think he made her that nervous that she's like, oh my God, you made me ink. Like, whoops.
You guys made me ink.
Yeah.
Good reference.
Yeah.
But can we pause and talk about that scene because that was so creepy.
But it was so awesome because it led you to think that you were going into this well, she's still psycho.
Yes.
But into this
Yeah,
psycho
different type of
person's,
psycho.
you would think, if you were to visualize, right, you would think very goth, dark. She was going to be a little like weird and creepy and because I knew the boards and the voodoo looking dolls and everything. And here comes this cute little.
She's just adorable.
He's
But
a
yeah.
mix of my Hello Kitty blanket.
It was, hold on, it's a mixture of porn stuffed crust pizza and her Hello
There
Kitty
we
blanket.
go.
And I went, really? Really?
That's a
Playing
really
the
good
stereotype,
mixture.
are we?
Yeah, I was like, why would? Yeah, of course. Why?
Hello
why?
Kitty?
This
Hello
like
Kitty?
really? We went to Hello Kitty.
Yes,
and
we
not only
did.
that, it was like, what a strange mix of things. Like, I feel like those things together do not sound like.
I mean, that's how I feel about Justin Timberlake. So, guys.
Okay, well there you go.
I was thinking, why didn't they roll that thing out and take it for evidence? Like, I'm like, we're gonna take this
Something
whole
about
board.
that whole situation felt
Weird.
very
Yeah, and after
more
the
than a
case
weird
is over,
illegal.
we need to talk.
Yeah, you should be in jail. That's something about that had to be illegal. I don't know, maybe not, but something about it needs to be illegal. I was like,
You
that's
cannot come
weird.
into Lux anymore.
Yeah, get out.
She didn't even look old enough to be inside
Right,
Lux.
exactly.
So I thought, how do you even know who Lucifer is? It's not like he's a celebrity.
Yeah, it was weird, so weird. But hey, I guess love's a strange thing. I don't even-
Love her.
Reminds me of Helga Pataki on Hey Arnold. How she had the
With
shrine.
the gum football head.
Thank
it was
you for knowing that,
disgusting.
right?
No, oh my god, yes. Helga Pataki was crazy.
Really quickly, first of all, badass director. Hey, you made a comment earlier, and I don't remember. Oh, the kiss. We'll talk about that. It was a great comment. But you did bring up the fact we are all confused about this whole episode situation. We get 3 episodes, and then it doesn't come back till May. We Googled it. May.
It's weird, but
So
Yeah.
your theory is that they're trying to make it into a summer show.
right.
So
Yeah, because
make us
Fox has
suffer.
been doing a lot of like summer like series, which is kind of like something to kind of keep people busy during the summer when they're in the off season, and it makes sense because I feel like the show would fit better when it's not like I feel like the main season of shows has so many crazy things going on all the time.
Right.
There's so much out there that a show like this, which is really good, and I feel like it needs a lot of focus, would do well in the summer because there's not so many other like weird distractions.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
So I'm excited that it's like
Gonna
still
get
be
the
happening.
attention it deserves.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
it is a very good show.
Yeah.
Very
That
good.
was great seeing all of our reaction though. We were
Right,
like,
right.
oh,
Literally, if you
Winter
guys would have had a hidden
is.
camera on us, all 3 of us, it was like synchronized surprise because it came up and we all went, what?
Yes.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
we feel you, director. BA director. We feel you.
BA. Oh, see, you're so much
Star
nicer.
Crew. She gives fans and lovers a bad name, the stalker in the show.
Oh, I know. What? Right? She gives us Asian girls a bad name. What are you talking about? Anyway, okay. There's another name
was
here.
an okay stalker.
Ren 99.
Helga was an
98.
okay stalker.
Anyways, I just wanted to say hi. That's
Hi.
all, because I missed you. I didn't say hello to you earlier. Anyway, oh, sorry. I want to go back into the show
Yes.
and talk about the biggest moment ever because it's worthy of our conversation, but the
Yep.
whole beach scene, because I think going back into being a man, it takes a real man, it takes a real woman to look at yourself and say, I am not ready for you. Now, he
Right.
took it to a different level and I'm just not worthy, but to really look at yourself and where you're at in life and go, I can't give you what you deserve, and I love you too much to put you through the turmoil of being involved with me. So, you know what? It would be an honor if I can just be your partner again.
Yeah.
Right.
And at that point, it's like that thing where you take for granted it's always there, and when it's not there anymore, all of a sudden you want it.
Yeah.
I think Chloe had that moment of, I'm sorry, excuse me, what? Like, you don't want to chase me anymore? I'm confused.
Yeah. Which, it's like, is that like real life? Because I'm like, I don't know, is that a thing that like when suddenly something is like, wait, you're not going to chase me?
The chase is a real deal.
Can I tell you guys more TMI on my personal life?
Good.
But that actually happened to me a long time ago with somebody whom at the time I thought was just the bee's knees. And so it took me a moment to realize I was totally being taken for granted for, and just if that person needed a ride or needed this and that, I was always there for them. And after a while, when it was my turn and I needed a ride,
no
crickets.
Of course.
And I thought, oh, okay. And you're probably playing the field, this, that, and the third. I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, this was 7 years ago? This person, till this day, like when he first dawned on him, he was like, wait, are you dissing me? I'm all, honey, it happens. I know it's never happened to you before. It happens.
I'm over it.
And now 7 years later, I'm like, hello?
What's up?
I miss you. Really?
New phone.
I wish I would have realized this in high school.
Get
Right.
Justin Timberlake, I don't want you. I don't want you.
No, I just think, but I feel like it's awesome that Lucifer had this vulnerable moment. But I just hate that it took him being so like wah, wah, about himself for Chloe to be like, oh, here, let me kiss you. It felt like a pity thing to me, and I'm like,
and I'm like, step
doesn't
up
like
and be
it.
a man and do it
Probably
right.
doesn't.
I
like
didn't take it that way. I took it as he, by admitting he wasn't worthy enough, actually was showing that he was worthy. And that it was a genuine moment, no jokes, no sarcasm, no I'm the ish, I'm blah, 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 because I can make women happy. I just truly feel for you too much to let this happen. But one of the things that, I'll be nice, BA director had said was, I don't remember your specific verbatim what you said, but didn't care for the kiss too much, and not in a way that but did anybody else think that kiss sucked?
Oh,
and
I
I
was
said,
like, a peck.
well, and it almost looked like, because they did more than one take on that one.
Yeah.
And unless he had bad breath in real life.
With closed mouth.
Well, the first kiss, it almost was like her lips were here and his were here, and when you kissed your grandpa and you go,
I'm kind of glad they did it like that. The first kiss isn't always like fireworks and amazing.
No, but it could be. Look, maybe in your life, but in my life,
I'm not shading anybody, really. I'm just saying.
No, but I agree. It did feel very like
awkward.
This is a weird kiss.
And look, okay, I get it when it's one of those moments where maybe you're afraid to do it, and especially being a female, I'm not trying to play that female male role, but let's say you're in that position. I'm putting myself in that position. I really like somebody. I'm uncertain because this person just told you that they're done.
Right.
So you want to go in, but you don't. So it's that weird. But it wasn't
60-40.
It was very right. But it was very much very childlike kiss, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean in the innocence of just a quick peck to see what this person's reaction is going to be to it.
Exactly.
But when she went in for the second kiss, it still was just a smush versus I don't need you to stick your tongue down my throat, but if you want to do a quick little lippy locky, just slow, quickly, like that. That's okay, but that didn't happen.
And well, Starger's saying that that they don't think that the kiss didn't work because Lucifer doesn't think he's worthy. So maybe him being done really meant what he meant, and he's like, I am actually done. Like I don't want this anymore. And so maybe it's becoming.
Hold on.
Wait, what did I miss something else?
Yes, you did. It is the best hashtag in the world. We just scrolled up though. I didn't get to see, I think, Linda. I'm so sorry. It happened so fast. I saw the L and the N, but I saw hashtag Ulston Timberlake.
Ulston. Oh.
Basically, I just got shipped.
Oh, good.
I just got
with
shipped.
your guys' names together?
Yes. So
I'm
I just wanted to
here
give you a shout out for that
I'm
one.
here for it.
Anyhow, going back to, what were you saying?
I don't even remember. I'm just saying, I feel like maybe the kiss didn't work because Tom Ellis. Well, yes, Tom Ellis. But
They said he's 6'3".
They're
also
saying
true.
he's tall.
Maybe
she had to be on like Apple crates.
box.
Yeah, Apple
Yeah.
boxes. Like, oh, I have to get up there
Yeah,
because
he
he is a
could
tall
just
guy.
lift her up like a notebook.
And you know his feet were like this. Like
Yeah,
he was
like,
doing
in
the
the sand.
straddling. Anyway.
No, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like that their relationship has been building to this point, so we all have kind of had this feeling that like Lucifer and Chloe were gonna at some point kiss. So we know that this is just the beginning, a spark, and we'll
exactly.
See.
I can see more passion ahead. I just think
well,
it right
I
now.
saw the preview. Did you?
There was
Because BA director. She goes from one end of the spectrum to the other. I don't know what actually happens, but we definitely saw the leg wrap around the waist and the throw on the disc. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, and I guess I'm happy that they're together, but I'm still nervous about Mom because Mom wants it too bad.
Meddling,
I don't know. It just makes me scared.
And if I was Lucifer, I'd go,
what do you want, Mom? Yeah. What is
I
this
don't
about?
trust you. I'm keeping her way over here, away from you.
And they've been so careful up to this point, so it's going to be hard to find a boundary between like the passion they're now feeling because they both confirmed that they like each other to, okay, like how do we still keep a friendship? Because if this whole thing goes down in flames, then I don't want to lose you entirely.
Right, and as a partner.
Also, I'm curious to see how Dan will react because I feel like it will not go well.
No, that is going to hurt.
But I feel like Dan already, we foreshadowed that a few episodes back with Ella. Did I remember her name correctly? Oh my God.
Where has Ella been?
I don't know. But when she was in the forensics lab and she had made the comment about there's clearly a chemistry between the two, and Dan went, there is? So that was already a little bit of a breadcrumb for him to pick up on, and he was a little just. But at the same time, we also saw Dan in the past have that epiphany of who he is, where he was. He was not where he needed to be for her in his moment. We had that improv moment that was amazing. And that was Dan doing something for himself. And I think that Dan needs to continue doing something for himself and learn from what happened with his past relationship. And maybe it is time for him to move on. And I think that Trixie is totally okay with Lucifer coming into her life. Down
the line, I think I'd like a double date with Amenadiel, Maze, Lucifer, and Chloe. Like that would be a really cool episode because it would be awkward.
And Dan and Charlotte. Whoa, triple date.
Make it a family affair.
So yeah, if you put them all together in one space. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like how they could mesh them together. But I think the awkwardness would be kind of like a cool vibe to watch and just see how they reacted to each other.
That would be fun. I would have a blast with that.
I don't know, guys. Anyway, I want to see what you guys are saying. If there's anything we haven't talked about, please, by all means, talk about it in the chat room because I feel like I missed something, but you obviously...
yes. So the cliffhanger at the end, at least for me, it was a cliffhanger. So Jamie Kennedy's character, the package.
That's right.
And it was like this mysterious package that was what the focus of the episode was, or the crime was. And so at the end, Jamie Kennedy's character looks very disheveled. Like, he looks like he's, like, dying. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I carried this. One of the vials broke. What is it? And then, like, this creature person thing. To me, I don't know. If we're not there for. Are we there for predictions?
Well, we can get close. We can get into that, but let's just at least cover that last scene.
So that happens, and it's like, this person comes up and like doesn't speak and just kind of like finishes Jamie Kennedy's character off. Great guest star, Jamie Kennedy. I didn't recognize it.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, Jamie Kennedy.
But yeah, that was a freaky moment. And Chloe's onto it. She was like, because she even makes a comment. She goes, that package, like, why would he risk so much for drugs?
Right.
And like, obviously, it's not drugs. And the vials were weird. Like, what do we feel? They look like blood?
Yes, I thought they were vials of blood that had some type of virus in it.
Oh, okay.
Like an what have you. And honestly, because when I saw that, part of me was a little disappointed, only because I just thought, are we really going to take this show there? Because we have plenty of other shows that do that, and we don't really need to. Yeah, we don't really need to have a virus that's going to threaten the whole human race. That's just a little bit out of the Lucifer element to me. But maybe that's a comic book reference.
I wasn't thinking that's what it was. I was guessing some sort of like supernatural power in the vial, like because it's all related to Lucifer and Lucifer.
But I was thinking, super. I don't know necessarily power. But I'm getting like an apocalypse type of vibe from this. Like it is something celestial, and like this vial is like one of the 4 horsemen or something. Like that's where I feel like this is headed, which I don't know how I feel about.
Well, the only thing I was gonna say is I almost thought superpower until I realized that it broke on the guy and the guy was getting sick.
Right.
So unless it's I don't know.
A bad reaction, clearly then.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Renji909898, sorry, is saying that it's angel or demon blood. And I agree. I feel like that, but I feel like in the world of angel and demon blood, I would imagine that it would like hurt humans, right? I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't do well for us.
Okay, wait, hold on. Ivan Soto says that Tim DeKay, the guy with the hat and the trench coat, he'll be playing a neurosurgeon these past 2 episodes. So it is something.
So yeah, where it's on the line.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. So we're going zombies.
I guess so. Jamie Perez, hey.
Huh, I wonder how Lucifer will handle zombies.
Oh, boobies. What up?
Hi, welcome.
Boobies is back.
Okay, wait a minute. Didn't we see a promo of Chloe bleeding from the nose? We did?
Whoa, this week? Or was this like a past one?
Koza?
That's okay.
It's
Well, there we
fake
go.
news.
I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
Okay, well, why don't we're already tiptoeing into prediction category, so let's just, walk it out, walk it out.
Yes.
Ryan, walk it out.
Autumn says it's fake news. Yes.
I know, right?
I appreciate that, Autumn. That's funny. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Chaotic Mayhem, because
Let's go
that
there.
is exactly
Off the
what
deep
I
end
was
we
going to
shall
say.
go.
Because you know me, I love to be on the deep end, and I was just going to say I have not thought Azrael was dead this entire time, and I was like, that is him, and he's back, and he's definitely in charge of this thing. Because I was like, that was too easy. You killed him too fast. I was like, I don't believe he's dead, and I definitely feel like that guy in the trench coat is Azrael.
Did
and
Azrael have curly hair? He had a little wave to it, right? Because the silhouette. I'm looking at the silhouette.
You're right. But I'm saying, but because they're like not. I feel like they
you
can
jump
take
into different
doesn't
bodies.
matter. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, but I feel like it's him in a new form or another brother/sister that we don't know.
Right.
But either way, I feel like it is someone non-human who's coming. And
What if it's God?
No.
Why not?
I would love for them to
Why not?
finally bring him down to the show. We
If they
have
bring
his.
him down God and he's like killing people, I'd be like, really? So
Oh,
the
yeah,
devil,
that'd be a-
the devil is good
And
and
the
God
God
is bad. Like,
But you know what? That's the way this show is almost formatted
it's
because
kind of-
Dad has been the antagonist.
yeah.
You know, every time we want something to happen on their end, it's not working out.
I
It's
can
all
see the
because of
100
Dad.
million moms or whatever
And-
that is.
Right. But
Connection
also
of it.
with Mom as well, if she is truly what was told to us by some of our friends in the chat room, reference to Mother Nature, never in your life would you think that Mother Nature, yes, she does her thing throughout the course of, but that's
Right.
usually a lashback at something that humans do.
Right.
You would never, you think that she'd have the best interest in life as whole, not going around doing the things that
Right.
Charlotte is doing.
Yeah, Mother Nature isn't like, while you're right, she reacts to Mother Nature being harmed, but never like being as vicious as Charlotte.
Right.
Yes.
Charlotte is quite
Petty.
Yes.
she is quite petty. But I don't know. I'm excited about it.
Is me Azrael Samantha?
Oh.
Is it
What?
me?
Okay.
Maybe.
It's me,
Maybe.
guys. I have the vials.
The biggest plot twist of all.
Right?
Oh,
All right,
no,
so
okay. I don't, oh, wait.
really quick.
Oh,
is it-
Uriel is what I meant. I apologize, guys. That is correct. When I said Azrael, I meant Uriel. I think
Ivan
Uriel's
is
back.
like really confident about it. It is Tim DeKay,
Oh.
damn it.
Oh, sorry. Did you read that?
It's in caps.
Oh, well, even still, that doesn't mean anything because we just said they can switch bodies.
Yeah, be in anybody's body. So I don't know.
Anyways, okay. Well, as far as predictions in terms of Lucifer and Chloe, I'm all about it. That
Yes.
1-2 second clip of the two of them. I hope we do get to see that moment where they finally get to make.
Teenage boy.
Yeah, but at the same time, I almost feel like he's gonna be the one that's gonna say, "Wait, I'm not ready." And she's gonna say, "Are you serious? Maybe we should wait a little bit."
Yeah, she's like, I didn't get all ready for nothing. Let's.
Look, all those girls said you were the best. I'm about to find
So
out.
I want my
That one
honey
little
in the
thing
bowl.
that you were talking about.
I want that car battery, whatever you.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I'm not just
This thing
making
with grease
this
and
is
carbon.
not
I
my
call that
thing.
the- yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I hope that was improv. Like, part of me hopes that they
That
just
would be
like, were
amazing.
like, hey, you
just say
named these
whatever you
wings.
want. That thing with the squash.
Yeah, he's like, no zucchini, I didn't have one.
I hope that Tom Ellis was just like, yep, I'm going for it. And
Yeah.
just saying whatever came to his mind because it was genius. It
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
No, any predictions?
Ooh, okay, with them, I hope they go gung-ho, too. I'd like to see a reaction from Dan. If he doesn't say anything, I'm going to get annoyed. If he's kind of just like, chill, whatever, have my ex, then I'll be shocked. I won't see that coming.
Okay, you know what, Ivan Soda? I'm gonna need you to calm down. Do not yell at us, because I will not read your comments if you're gonna put it all in caps and yell. Be nice. Be nice. We are a family. We all love this show. Anyhow, Rosemary's Baby will happen. Who's Rosemary?
Rosemary's Baby is like, oh wow, that's a good point. So Rosemary's Baby is like it's an old movie about this woman who gives birth to the son of Satan, basically. And I didn't even think about that because technically, if Lucifer and Chloe like do it and then like she gets pregnant, that's also not good. Like, I mean, if you think biblically, it's not good. So, good point, because that is a very Rosemary's Baby moment. Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Wrap that up.
Because it would be the Antichrist.
Public service announcement. Okay, well, let's get into some news and gossip real quick.
Yes.
Cool music. I just threw the engineer off completely. I was like, what? Where's the button for news and gossip? All right, so I gotta be honest, I was traveling all day today. I wasn't able to look up any cool, fun videos, so I apologize. However, Samantha did have some news for us that she would like to share, so as soon as she gets that one pulled up.
I do. So you guys are gonna be really excited because tomorrow you can tune into the People's Choice Awards, and Lucifer is actually a nominee for favorite TV crime drama.
Yes.
And they're facing off against some heavy contenders, NCIS, and Law and Order SVU. So hello, props.
I have all the faith in the world in them and their fans.
And they deserve it.
Yes.
The show is so good.
Absolutely.
They really, really deserve
Absolutely.
it.
The puns are on point. I have to say, like, I literally laugh out loud at this show, and that to me is shocking because most of the time I'm just smiling in my head. But this is a laugh out loud, and I like it. I dig it.
Right. Well, speaking of fantastic episode, fantastic show, we had a fantastic time with all of you. I'm going to turn to the front so you can see all of our faces at once.
Oh, wow. Oh, good. I love the
lead. Okay, I don't know.
I was here for that.
Anyway, so thank you guys again so much. We had so much fun talking to you, with you, and all those great things. Be sure to follow us on social media. We love talking to y'all. I am at boysandbeauty01. You can also find me on Instagram, boys_and_beauty_Alikona. Although these days I've been posting a lot of Monster Jam. So, yeah, check it out. I'm going on tour with them every weekend. If you happen to be in the Midwest, I might be in your city. So, that's that, and take it away.
Hey, and I'm Ryan Graham. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan with 2 N's Graham, and on Instagram at Instagram, like the Teddy Graham.
I love that.
I know, so cute.
And once again, I'm Samantha Benitz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz, BENITZ.
So until next week, we will see you then. Goodbye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Why you gotta go and make things so complicated?
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.